Hello everyone, welcome to Masters Teach. Today we are going to discuss ICT in education. Okay, how this learning transforming through technology. So it is very essential for AP TET, CTET, and it is prepared on the basis of SCRT, NCERT books. So let us start. So before starting, let me give the what is AP TET syllabus related to the ICT. See here you can check, okay, information and communication technology. Yesterday I have informed this, and today we are going to discuss ICT in education, knowledge acquisition, multi-sensor approach, then classroom communication, communicative skills for teachers and students, Flanders interaction analysis, category systemized individualized instruction, concept, need, principles, and technique. So, what is program learning? Principles, types, modes of presentation, development, application, and role of the teacher. So, I am Mohan, qualified teacher as well as net qualified, and presently I'm working as a assistant professor in B.Ed college. So let us check with the ICT in education. So what is ICT? ICT is very simple, information and communication technology, which include all the digital tools, devices, okay, resources that facilitate the teaching and learning process in modern classroom. So ICT includes computers, tablets, interactive whiteboards, education software, internet resources, multimedia presentation. So role in knowledge building. So IT transform from passive learning to active knowledge construction. So students going to get the diverse information. Okay, then it is going to be interactive, and it develop the digital literacy skills. So see, there is a multi sensor learning through information communication technology, through visual learning, auditory learning, kinesthetic learning. So, visual learning is videos, animations, infographics, and digital presentation help visual learners grasp concept through images and graphics. What is auditory learning? So we listen audio lectures, podcasts, sound effects, and voice recording support students who learn best through listening and verbal instruction. So kinesthetic learning. So it is the interactive stimulation with virtual labs, touch screens, and activities, and educational games engage learners who need hands-on experience. Through visually, the student able to see the animations, infographics, and digital presentations so that he can grasp the concept very easily. What is auditory learning? Auditory, audio lectures, podcast with the sound effects and voice recording support, or simply we can say that voice clip. Okay, only verbal information goes through. Okay, then kinesics, actually the student uses virtual labs using the touch screens and play the games. Okay, so engage the learner with hands-on experience. So there are three sensors: visual learning, auditory learning, and kinesthetic learning. So ICT enable the teachers to address diverse learning simultaneously, ensuring that everybody is going to get the education, that is a inclusive education. So where every student can access content through preferred sensor channel. They can view, they can listen, and they can also do the activity. That is the meaning of multi-sensor learning through information communication technology. Then classroom communication in digital age. Okay, see, every teacher should have the proper communication skill. So in order to inform the student, in order to explain the things, we need to have good communication skill. So first of all, in digital age, one should have verbal communication. So you should give clear instruction, explanation and discussion, and feedback from the foundation of effective teaching. So, clear instruction, explanation, discussion, and feedback is a form of foundation of effective teaching. Non-verbal communication. So, what is this? Which is not verbal. That means the body movements, the gestures, the facial expression, and the eye contact. So, which makes whatever the teacher says, it is going to be delivered effectively so that the student going to be engaged. Then digital communication. What is digital communication? Online platforms. So LMS, that is learning management system, emails, collaborative tools, extend learning beyond classroom walls. So it may be WhatsApp, it may be personal chats. Okay, so these are the uh, classroom communication in the digital age. So, Fladder's interaction analysis category system. Okay, simply we can say that FIACS, that is Flanders interaction analysis category system. So, you should remember these words. Okay, here understanding FIACS, that is Flanders Interaction Analysis Category System. It has 10 categories we'll discuss. Let us understand FIACS, Flanders Interaction Analysis Category System. So, which is developed by the Ned Flanders. So, it is a systematic observation tool. The class is categorized on 10 types of different interactions. So it helps to understand the how much student teacher communication uh, observes, and also give the proper feedback for the effectiveness of the communication. There are 10 categories. Here it is divided: teacher talk and teacher talk, then student talk. Then teacher talk is divided into two parts: teacher talk indirect influence, teacher talk direct influence. So teacher talk indirect influence, so you should accept the feelings of the student, you should praise or encourage, you should accept or use the student ideas, ask question. This is the how the teacher is going to influence the student. Then teacher talk, it is a direct influence, the way of giving lectures, giving directions, criticizing or justifying authority. This is the direct talk. What is student talk? How the student responds, how the student gives the initiation, or whether the student is silence or confusion. So these are about the 10 categories of Flanders Interaction Analysis Category System. That is, we can say that FIACS. Okay, so communication skills for the effective teaching. One is you should be an active listener, and you should have the clarity and simplicity, and you should know the questioning skills. You people all learn in micro teaching, feedback and reinforcement. So what is active listening? So give full attentions, understand their perspectives and respond appropriately to their questions and concern. So you should, when students say something, you should actively listen, you should think, and you should keep in student's position and how he feels. So such type of listening is essential. Clarity and simple language. As a teacher, you should use simple language, not jargons. Okay, if the complex idea is there, you have to divide into small parts. Okay, then questioning techniques. You ask the open-ended question or close-ended questions. Okay, according to the situation. So if the open-ended question is asked, then the student able to talk more of the things. Okay, if close-ended, then yes or no, true or false, something like that. Then feedback and reinforcement. So you should give the feedback timely and specifically, and the constructive feedback should be there. The criticism should be avoided so that the student is going to be motivated, and it is like a reinforcement for the student. So this is the communicative skills for effective teaching: active listening, clarity and simplicity, questioning techniques, feedback and reinforcement. Then individualized instruction concept and need. What is it? What is individualized? So every student is unique. Okay, every student is different. So the instruction cannot be same for everyone. So you have to give instruction individually. Okay, so this is that tailor content, methods, pace, meet each learner's unique needs, abilities, interest and learning styles. So according to the learning styles, according to the abilities of the student, according to the interest of the student, according to learning styles, you have to made communication like that. Okay, individually you have to speak with them why it is needed. So student may different readiness levels. Some people are very slow, some people are attentive, some people are ignores. The learning speeds also depends, and their backgrounds, their abilities. So one size fits for all teaching fails. That means one type of teaching fails. Okay, you have to diversify the thing because people are different backgrounds. And then one more thing, key benefits. So individualized instruction promotes a better engagement, improve the learning outcome, building the confidence, reduce learning gaps, ensure inclusive education for all the students. So principles and techniques of individual instruction. So individual instruction, how you have to give. Okay, uh, as a teacher, you whatever you teach, it should be a student centered approach. So the learning should design for the individuals around, and flexible pace placing mean student progress at their own speed. So the assessment should be a continuous and regular monitoring and feedback should be there. Then differentiated content. So different material given, varied material given and activities. Master learning. So ensuring that concept of understanding before progress. So practical techniques is that learning contracts and personalized goals, tied assessment based on abilities, learning centers and stations, peer tutoring and collaborative groups, technology enabled adapt learning, choice, choice board and menus. So when you're teaching, the individual instruction should be there. The techniques here, core principles and practical techniques are given. This is I'm going to post in my channel. Okay, you can, if you're new listener, please do subscribe and share with your friends. And you can also join uh, in our child pedagogy and ICT, especially for the APDAC. You can download Mohan's teaching corner. I'll give the description. Okay, you can click and join the course. Okay, so program learning principles and application. So the program learning. So what is the programming learning? So the big information divided into small parts. So small sequential parts. Content is broken into small manageable frames, presented logical sequence. Active participation. So learners actively respond to each frame rather than passively receiving information. Immediate feedback. Students receive instant confirmation of correct responses and reinforcing learning. Self-pacing. So each learner progress at their own comfortable speed without time and pressure. Positive reinforcement. So success at each step motivates continued learning and builds uh, confidence. This is about the Skinners. Okay, so when you are presenting the information online, if the big information is there, you have to divide into small parts. And uh, the program should be like the student should be active participant. And if the student does something, you have to appreciate immediately. Such type of programs you have to create. Self-pacing. let the learner progress on their own comfortable way. And when they are finished, you have to give the positive reinforcement so that it can build and they can study later. So types and modes of teachers role program learning. So what teacher has to do? Types of programs. Okay, linear programming, that is related to the Skinner, and branching programming, that is Crowder. What is linear programming? Like student has to follow the same sequence, frames, different slides they have to follow. Branching programming, this is the Crowder's set, multiple paths based on learner's response, then providing remedial or advanced content. If the student is weak, then you have to reduce the content or simplify. If the student is advanced, then you have to provide the for his level. Then modes are present. So teaching machines and computers, program textbooks, online learning modules, interactive software applications. So as a teacher, the teacher role is changing nowadays. From once upon a time, nowadays also is the transmitter of the knowledge. But in IT era, okay, in 21st century, teacher is a facilitator, guide, mentor. Teacher design programs, mentor programs, provide support, address the individual difficulties beyond program content. So it is a modern education, integrate ICT, effective communication, individualized approach, and program learning to create inclusive, engaging, and effective learning environment that prepare students for 21st century. So thank you for listening my class. If you're really interested in this particular class, please do subscribe and share with your near and dear ones. You can also download Mohan's Teaching Corner. You can have wonderful content, and you can also purchase, and you can have good marks in your TET examination. Thank you. All the best.